I've had this question time without number. Why did we choose to homeschool? Well, homeschooling was not part of the plan initially. In fact, I didn't even have anything to do with children when I got married. I mean, I was not in that space at all. I think I was still in the space of, Lord, what is my purpose in life? But after I had my first daughter, while I was still pregnant with her, I started checking the internet, pregnancy week by week thingy, how the child is developing and all. So, as for being a first-time mom, when my first daughter clocked 6 months, I decided to check the internet again to see how I could be weighing her, and that was how I stumbled on baby-led weaning. See, this baby-led weaning led me to Montessori at home, and when I saw the concept, the philosophy of Montessori, I was bought. It totally aligned with my own. You have some philosophy that you have not really communicated, but it's aligned with how I wanted to parent, how I wanted my children to learn, and how learning should be. Actually, even as an adult, I wanted to learn like that. So I totally bought into the idea and started even applying those Montessori principles in my home with my children. So I just gathered, took wood, put it together, just in one corner of my living room, then bought a few books, took my pegs, I just did something little, and that was how the journey began. After that time, I knew my children would not attend the regular traditional school. It had to be something very similar to Montessori or even Montessori. I mean, I was looking for a Montessori school. So when she was about 18 months, we started looking for schools for her, and we didn't really find a proper Montessori school. We got to Green Spring School, which was the school I ended up working. We'll get to that part. And we saw that, okay, now this is a standard Montessori school. When we found out the fees, it was a lot. And understandably, because if you have purchased Montessori materials before, you will know that it is not beans. It's one of the things that I was very frustrated about when I started practicing Montessori at home, and I wanted to purchase some materials. So back a quick digression. Montessori has the Montessori principle also believes in using natural materials rather than plastics and flashy things. They prefer to use wood, glass, natural materials that the child can feel. And getting wooden toys are very expensive. So it was one of the things that even birthed the brand Toju, which I know that in future God is going to elaborate and his name will be glorified through it. Now back to our story. When we heard the school fees, I told my husband, Esther, thou shalt pay me this money and I shall homeschool thy child. You don't have problem. Because when we entered the classroom, of course, we were privileged to look around. We saw that most of the materials and the activities the children in her own class, if we were to enroll her, were doing are the things that we were already doing for her at home. Remember, as at this time I was already online using my online resources, and I spent hours binge watching Montessori at home videos. They were all foreign. In fact, that time I had to even start my YouTube channel because I was like, I can't even find a Montessori at home in Nigeria that I can relate with. And that was what birthed my YouTube channel as at that time. So if you want to know more about Montessori, you can just flip back and see one of the earliest videos that I made about Montessori. My narrow knowledge of Montessori as at then, which I believe is still valid. I'll even go and check those videos to even hear what I said there. But really, I told my husband that probably I would just pay me this money. I will homeschool your child. Don't worry, she will learn everything. And like I said, everything in that class was already what I was doing with her at home. So I'm like, so what are we talking about? Now, after this time, I had my second daughter, and after the first 3 months, I was ready to just go and be certified in Montessori so that I won't keep doing backyard work. Regarding Montessori, I wanted to be an authority in the field that I'm talking about, right? And I started my Montessori training. So then we enrolled our daughter in a school. We found a school, and this was how I met my friend. Very good. She in that school, Brooks Brook School at Maryland. it was very close to the principles that I believed in, and we enrolled our daughter. In fact, I volunteered there too. So whenever I'm not at my training, I'll be there. And then when my husband is back from work, he takes us back home. Now, fast forward to after the training, God so favored me. I got a job at this very Green Spring school that we went to, and we would have desired our child would be enrolled in. And as a staff, you get a certain discount, and that discount was okay for our family and our budget. And that was how I worked in that school for about 2 years before we resigned and relocated to Ibadan, where I now am fully homeschooling. So that is how our journey has been. Now, resigning from Green Springs and moving, I already knew, because Green Springs is one of the best really in Nigeria, and having taught there in the preschool and the nursery and the special needs section, I already knew that I would not submit to a lower standard, number one. Number two, I have always had the mindset that I am made for more than a 9-to-5 runs. Like, you see that cycle. So for that 2 years, I saw, in fact, as at that time, my YouTube channel had to stop running literally. I tried to manage it together. So I discovered that I was taking so much time at work. My husband will get home and I'm still on the road with the children, or we're still in school, or have one meeting or the other. So it's not the life I really envisaged for myself. Being someone who is skilled with a lot of, God has blessed with lots of skills. When you're multi, there's the shark, my mommy shark called it something. When you have talent to do a lot of things. In fact, right now I'm learning to even that not all skills should be monetized. I'm just still in that learning phase, but I know that I have so much embedded in me that I cannot just how long do I want to just keep doing 9-to-5? I didn't even have more time with the children as I had before. So my first daughter had a lot of my attention. My second daughter didn't enjoy that, because I was just back and forth. Once we get home, we want to do homework, we need to go to bed, wake up very early, Lagos. So all together, and then we needed to move to Ibadan also. So I just knew that I was going to homeschool if I left Green Springs, or when I left my job as at that time. And here we are. So far, I can say that I do not regret my choice of homeschooling, and it is the most fulfilling thing I am doing right now. I'm still at a phase, I'm quite young, and I'm still trusting God to lead me. Okay, what is my purpose? I know that I'm made for more and all, I still know. But what exactly would you have me do? I have ventured into businesses actually. I started locks business in Lagos. I started learning resources. I was going to I have scripture cards that I'm trying to sell. I'm also a distributor for the most amazing share butter in the whole wide world. You cannot tell me anything else. And then I also am supporting my husband. We are together beginning a food line, which we have come a long time, like for the longest of time should have started, but we know that everything works according to his plan and his purpose. So having everything on the table right now, I'm decluttering, and I'm like, I've gotten to the point where I know that at this time homeschooling is the first and the major thing that gives me the greatest pleasure and most fulfillment. I'm hearing God tell me, rest, this is where you're supposed to be, and it is opening my eyes to a lot of things. In another video, I'm going to be telling you what I have learned and what God is teaching me. Maybe I'm not teaching a child. God is actually teaching me through this homeschooling. And you will do well to please subscribe to this channel, because if you are a parent, a nurturer, a caregiver, you have a child in your jurisdiction, whether in your neighborhood or wherever, and that child is under your influence, this channel is for you, because here we create content that will definitely be of help to you as a nurturer. Thank you so much if you watched this video to this point. Please do share with as many as you can, and see you in my next video.